A severe bout with asthma and allergies can turn deadly for some. Experts say allergies affect more than 5.5 million children in the U.S. That's about 1 in every 13 child, or roughly 2 kids per classroom. More than 6 million children under the age of 18 have asthma. And Dr. Renee Matthews, who's here with me now, faced allergies and severe asthma as a child. Today, as a physician, she educates others about those health challenges, including through her new book, Mommy, I Can't Breathe. Welcome to BNC, Dr. Matthews, or as you're affectionately known, Dr. Renee.
Thank you so much for having me.
One thing I'd like to start off with is, can you just tell us exactly how many African-American children are impacted by asthma?
We don't have the exact numbers, but unfortunately, we are the highest percentage of minority that are affected by asthma, followed by Latinos and then Asians. And it's because of the urban environments, they say. That's what they think.
And when you say the environment, you're talking about polluted environments.
Correct. And, roach dander, you hear about all this asbestos in old buildings. All of that contributes to asthma.
All right. So what do we do for those children and those parents who are in those communities? How can they combat asthma?
So I actually participated with a organization, Mobile Care in Chicago, and they actually took the healthcare to the neighborhoods. So that is the one key, is that, as you know, we have health disparities in our neighborhoods. Some of us don't have insurance or don't have a way to get to the doctor. So we actually brought the doctors to them. So that is where school nurses come into play. All of that stuff comes into play because you have to recognize there's a problem. And if you recognize your child doesn't breathe like everyone else, or they're waking up in the middle of the night, they're coughing all the time, or they can't run and play like the other kids without getting sick and seeming like they're having colds all the time, you need to definitely try and get them some help. So the thing is identifying that there is a problem.
Now, as a child, Dr. Renee, you shared you were constantly in the emergency room. I can't even imagine what your parents went through just for suffering from severe asthma attacks. How crucial is it being educated and prepared as a family with a child that has asthma?
It is so key. I was blessed with a mother who was a respiratory therapist. So that's what she took care of, was lungs. So she knew what was going on. And so because she knew, I think I had a much easier time than other people. But it is so important that the parents understand, because unfortunately, breathing is something that's very essential. So when your child's not breathing, you're going to panic, and you can't panic. When the parents have anxiety, it often spreads onto the child. And that can cause all sorts of issues that don't need to be. If I never panicked, because my mom never panicked. She was always extremely calm. I understood. I know obviously what it feels like not to be able to breathe. I could tell you when an attack was coming on, and I knew what to do. And if you can empower your children to understand exactly what's happening, why it's happening, and what to do, no one needs to be panicked. We just need to go into action mode.
And Dr. Renee, I heard a child describe an asthma attack as a fish out of water. With your mom being a respiratory therapist and now you as a physician, can you just provide our viewers, since we know they have the highest concentration of asthma, with some tips that they can use?
Yes, definitely. Like I said, if your child is coughing all the time, if you hear something that sounds like a whistle in their chest, that's what I call it, my inner whistle, that is probably wheezing. These are signs that you need to definitely tell your doctor to please check to see if your child has asthma. Also, if you notice that after your child eats a certain thing, or plays outside for extended period of time, and all of a sudden their eyes are red, or they're not breathing normally, you need to probably check to see if they have allergies. And those allergies are probably, because allergies and asthma do coincide, those allergies are probably causing them to have a mild asthma attack. It may not be a major one, it might just be mild. But you want to make sure you pay attention. As adults, if you notice all of a sudden when you eat certain things, you get sick, or you get hives, or you don't feel the same way that you used to, you might have adult onset allergies. You just never know. And then we all need to exercise. We know that that's extremely important. But if you can't, just run 10 minutes without taking 30 minutes to catch your breath after the fact, you might have asthma.
Yes.
And this could be adult onset, or it could be child.
And you need to go seek a physician's advice. Dr. Renee Matthews, or as you're affectionately known, Dr. Renee, thank you so much for sharing your expertise. Make sure you pick up her new book. It's called Mommy, I Can't Breathe. Thank you for being with us. We'll be right back.